Abbott Brothers, and we're broadcasting this week, as always.
What is
the
this
last
place?
2 weeks?
Yeah.
From the Commonwealth of Independent Car Talk Departments.
I'm getting bored
Here
with
at
that.
the
Can't you come up
former-
with anything better?
Well, no, we're working on it.
I mean, it's old news. It's old. Commonwealth of Independent Car Talk Departments is old.
Well,
You can't use the same
The
joke
fighting is
over.
still-
I mean, Sonia Henny's tutu. You can't use the same joke over and over again.
fighting is still going on in the hallways here. But anyway, here we are.
Yeah, so
And I was hoping that you would have some scintillating mail to read, but it's
I-
obviously you have nothing.
I have. Now, I'm going to give you a choice, as I always do. You've always complained.
Why is it just before? Wait a minute. Why did I interrupt? Why is it that just before the show you are fishing stuff out of the trash?
Because, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Because what seemed just moments ago like it belonged in the trash, in retrospect, I realized that was the best stuff I had.
Yeah, we sit here before the show. Thomas reads the mail and says, "Oh, this is garbage. This is junk. How can they send us a junk?" And then 5 minutes before we go on the air, you fish it all out. Wow, this is a great one.
I give you a couple of choices here. I need an opportunity to rant and rave. I mean, is this? I noticed in the.
Do you need a few buzzwords?
We've
I mean,
been,
should
we've
I
been
say?
doing this show
Wait a
for a
minute.
few weeks now.
What
and
should I
I've,
say?
I've noticed that you have segmented the show. I mean, there's a time for the puzzler answer. There's a time for the puzzler question. There's a time for reading mail. There's a time for
Yes, and you know
taking
why?
phone
I'm
calls.
working in concert with your psychoanalyst, trying to keep you from going off the deep end.
I want to know, is there a particular time for ranting and raving?
Well,
because I feel an overwhelming bubbling up of...
No, that's all right. Read a letter.
Well, this is a letter that I wrote.
Oh, no. 1-800-332-9287. Hello, you're on Car
Hello.
Talk.
Hi, my name is Josh Milner. I'm calling from Helena, Montana.
Hi, Josh. What's
How
up?
are you doing?
Oh, just great, thanks.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Isn't Helena the capital of Montana?
It is the capital of Montana, yes.
Certainly. It happens also to be the only city in Montana.
No, it is not.
No, not exactly,
Oh.
but it's one of the nicer cities in Montana.
What is the population of Montana for the 8-year-olds who are listening?
Just under 800,000 people and just over 1.2 million cattle.
1.2 million cattle. That's similar to the population of Boston. 800, and this is the entire state?
Yeah, it's about 150,000 square miles, about, I don't know, 10 times the size of Massachusetts.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is great.
Amazing. Boy, you've done your homework.
Well, I used to live in Sharon. That's where I grew up. So
Sharon, Massachusetts.
That's the place.
Yeah.
So I know both places.
So you've escaped to the wide open spaces, so to speak.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, great talking to you, Josh.
Okay, this is Geography Talk. Anyone else on the line? 1-800-332-92. All right, Josh, what's happening? What's
Well,
up?
I tell you, the problem I have is that it gets so cold out here overnights. and
How
just-
cold?
How cold is it? Oh, I don't know. I probably can't say that on the air.
No, you
No.
can't.
But it gets pretty cold out here, and most people plug their cars in. It's a relatively easy thing for people to have heaters installed and to plug them in. But I live in a building which I can't plug my car in unless I want to string about a 500-foot cord out the window.
Yeah.
So what do I do since I can't plug my car in? That's my question.
Well, you know what you need? There's a new thing you can plug into your cigarette lighter.
Well, there are two reasons why it's so hard to start a car on a cold day. One is that the oil, being out there in the cold, gets very, very thick, like molasses.
Right.
The second part of the problem, you can't do much about that except a block heater or a light bulb, but that requires the 500-foot extension cord.
Right.
The other reason why it's so hard to start the car is that the efficiency of the battery drops dramatically as the temperature goes down.
Right.
You could do something about that by bringing the battery into the house at night.
Huh.
How's that?
As a matter of fact, there are some companies that sell batteries that conveniently have a handle on them.
Oh.
One of the biggest problems in transporting a battery is that
There's
you
no
carry
way.
it in against your belly, and the acid that's leaked out from the battery eats a hole through your $300 leather coat. So you don't want to do that, but it would be nice if you could carry it at your side.
The other way to do it, I suppose, it is difficult to get batteries in and out of a car, even if they do have handles on them. They usually are tied down somehow. So another thing you might do is just get yourself another battery.
Yeah.
And you keep that one in the house, and every morning you carry it out to the car, hook it up with the jumper cables, start the car up. and
I
take
suppose.
and go
Well,
to
you're
work.
gonna get sick of that in a hurry.
Yeah.
I'd go for the 500. I mean, how much can a 500-foot extension cord cost?
Probably more than I have, but some of the suggestions I heard was like putting a space blanket, starting the car up late at night, putting the space blanket over the car, and letting that keep some of the heat in at night.
Yeah.
Yes, well, we've actually recommended you sleep with the engine, and you will throw off enough body heat to keep the engine warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
one.
That could work out.
I don't know. Has anyone out there used the space blanket idea?
Well, some guys I talked to said, yeah, they thought they'd heard of it working, but I was just amazed that with all the technology we have and everything else, that nobody's come up with something that's battery operated or solar operated, or I don't know.
Well, they do
They
have
do,
such
call
things.
They call it Nevada.
The trouble is that it's tough to get those solar operated things to work at night.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Unless I guess you put the solar collector in front of the car and turn the headlights on. That
There you
might
go.
do it.
No, I think, Josh, that you are going to have to do something drastic like move.
Yeah,
But-
I was thinking about that too.
I would suggest Sharon, Massachusetts. It's a very nice little
Now, here's
town.
what you should do. Take the battery that's currently in there
Yeah,
and take it out.
right.
And go and buy the most humongous, most powerful battery with the greatest number of cold cranking amps
Oh yeah.
that you can possibly get.
Yeah.
It might be bigger than the engine in the car. what kind of a car is this?
Well, my father told me you're not going to like it, but it's a Honda CRX.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. We don't have to make any comments. But the truth is,
Okay.
if you can get a big battery into that hood, that's such a small engine that you can get a battery maybe that'll be big enough for a Cadillac. And that you can't have too big a battery. You cannot hurt anything by having a battery that's too big and powerful.
Oh, okay.
Because the starter will only use what it needs. Put that baby in there and you'll be all set.
And keep
Right.
the one you took out in the house for the emergencies when the thing doesn't stop.
Right. And move back as soon as possible.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. I got to get a job out there.
All right. Good luck,
luck,
Josh.
Josh.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Hey, the puzzler answer and more calls are coming up right after this. This message comes from NPR sponsor eBay Motors. If you're like most people, there's been a time where you had to stop working on your car because you didn't have the right parts. But eBay Motors thinks the only thing that should slow your car down is the brakes, or maybe friction, but not a lack of parts. That's why eBay Motors has all the right parts at the right prices. In fact, they have 122 million parts, all at your disposal. That way, you can keep your project moving and your car not just running, but running in style. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.
You know what it's time for?
The puzzler.
It is.
See? And you think I was just bumbling along here, and you think I don't know what goes on.
Yeah. Here it is. And I want to apologize in advance for this puzzler.
You should.
Because I was under pressure.
You were not. You were under. Yes, you were under pressure, and I noticed it the last week when we discussed this puzzler.
I was under pressure. I've been under pressure from the motorheads.
Yeah.
Those are those guys that have all the issues of car and driver in the bathroom or whatever that really focus on this stuff, really want to get into the engine, and they have been tormenting me with phone calls saying, "Gee, the puzzles are kind of wimpy. They're math puzzles or grammar puzzles, and
Yeah,
you do
what kind
occasionally."
of non-macho, wimpy stuff is this?
Right.
So with that, you succumbed, and you came up with this worst of all possible puzzles last week about a camshaft.
This is the mother of all puzzles.
Mother of all puzzles, man, did it stink.
Well, it isn't. I mean, if you're a motorhead, it was presented, and I did mention.
Go ahead. Look, let's just get it over with as quickly as possible.
That's impossible.
In just a few
It's
words.
8 pages.
Remind people what the puzzle was. I'll tell you who the winner was, and we can get on to something more interesting.
I did mention last week that this was a challenge. This was a difficult puzzler. I will try to
Remember that do not try this at home. We are professionals.
What's the word? I'll try to condense it.
So please do.
Please. In a nutshell.
Yeah.
This fellow came into the shop with something like an 85 or 86 Caravan and had one of those bulletproof 2.2 liter engines. Remember that?
Lee Iacocca.
Anyway, he had a bad camshaft, and his mechanic had installed a new one. And then I guess what happened is he installed the new camshaft, and the guy went away, and he came back the next day and he said, "Geez," says, "the funny thing is going on." He said, "My oil light is on all the time when I'm at idle. I'm sitting at idle, and the light will come on, it'll flicker on and off, and then I rev up the engine and it goes away." And the guy says, "Oh, gee, so I'll check your oil pressure." He checks the oil pressure, and he puts in a new oil pump. He says, "Your oil pump is no good."
Oil
And
pressure was down. Obviously, it's the oil pump. What a coincidence, he said.
What a coincidence. Well, he said, well, no, he explains it as saying, I guess some of the pieces from the camshaft got into the oil pump and they probably ruined it.
And the new oil pump, let me guess, doesn't fix the problem.
Well,
Oil light stays
No,
on.
the oil light, well, we don't know that the customer didn't know that because he noticed that the oil light no longer works. And what this guy did was he disconnected the oil light on.
Oh, what a sneaky
Okay,
trick.
and he noticed actually that the oil light didn't work and the engine was racing. Okay, and he said, something's going on. That's when we see the car.
Yeah.
And we say, yeah, we don't know what's wrong with it, but we do the oil pressure test, and lo and behold, he's got low oil pressure. And we also discovered that the oil light was disconnected. That's why the thing was racing, because the choke gets its electricity from the oil pressure switch circuit.
Oh, my God.
What
you're
a
clever.
tangled web we weave, huh?
Yes. When first we practiced to come up with a puzzler as bad as this one. Okay. Yeah.
So the question was,
What's going
what
on?
went wrong here? I mean,
Yeah.
what did the first mechanic... First of all, he did something sleazy by disconnecting the oil light.
Yes, that was.
I
not
thought we were
nice.
the only ones that did that. No, and secondly, what did he do wrong in his putting in this camshaft that could have caused this whole series of events to unfold? I mean, this was indeed a catastrophe.
Yeah.
Well, what he did was he installed the
This
wrong...
is the answer now? You're giving us the answer now.
Yeah, I thought I'd kind of slither right into it.
God,
What he did was he
please.
installed the wrong camshaft.
Oh, Sonia.
It had
Henny's
bearing
camshaft.
journals that were too small, and because of that, the fact that the difference is only a few thousandths of an inch, but because of that, it dropped the oil pressure down, it made the light come on at idle, and made him think that, in fact, the oil pump was bad.
Oh.
Okay?
You know the old
Yeah.
song, what a difference a few thousandths made.
Yes, indeed. I mean, this was a... So, for you motorheads, this is it for the year.
That's it. Don't ever, ever come back with a puzzle like that. Do we have a winner? Yes, we do have a winner. The winner, Glenn Ricker from Tempe, Arizona. And Glenn, for being such a genius, we're going to send
And a
you...
motorhead.
And a motorhead. We are going to send you the entire stock of our mediocre book, Car Talk, rated as one of 1992's, 1992 it is already, top non-narcotic sleeping aid by the Cotton Hammock magazine.
Well, look, we have a new kind of a puzzler coming up. With
New kind of puzzler?
Well, it's not really a puzzler, but it's a challenge, so to speak.
Challenge.
Yeah, with a little different wrinkle, so stay tuned. You don't want to miss that. In the meantime,
You want to talk about salt on the roads?
yes, I do.
Do
But-
you?
But not today. In the meantime, if you have a question about your car, you can call us at 1-800-332-9287. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, this is Peggy from New Hartford, Iowa.
Hi, Peggy. What's up?
Oh, just watching the snowdrift.
yeah?
See?
Salt, it drifts here anyway.
I mean, do they spew sand and salt all over the roads of New Hartford, Iowa, every time there's a dark cloud in the sky?
No, but we're a real small town. We don't have a whole lot of salt.
Sure, and also you probably drive carefully when it snows.
Stay home.
You stay home. You don't drive like a crazy nut because New Hartford, Iowa probably doesn't have a plethora of attorneys.
No, we don't have any.
Good. I'm moving to New Hartford, Iowa. The lawyers are ruining our lives.
So what's up, Peggy?
Well, we were driving along in our, we have a 1985 Chevy S10 pickup,
Yeah.
and the clutch pedal has started to squeak. That's not a problem, but what it led to was a realization that even though we've been married a number of years, we clutch differently.
Oh, yes, because now you can hear the clutch in action.
Right. It becomes obvious that when the other person is clutching.
Yeah.
so-
Oh, interesting.
So you want us
To mediate.
To be the
mediate
final
this
arbiters
clutching-
of the clutching technique.
dispute,
Well, yes,
I
we both
trust.
grew up on farms, and nobody ever told us how to clutch. If the tractor runs, you were doing it right.
Yeah. And if it lurches, you not.
Yeah. And we figured our pickup now has about 80,000 miles on it, so the clutch could go.
All right, so what are the two different techniques?
Well, the big problem is that the whole problem about nobody ever defines what riding the clutch is. I don't think I do it. I mean, we still have one clutch after 80,000 miles,
So that's a good sign.
so I must not be doing it.
You must not be doing it.
But the problem is, like, coming up on a long, slow deceleration, like a block away you see the light turn red.
Yeah.
Yes. My favorite topic, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a guy thing that you, like, accelerate till you get there and then stop.
Yes, that's a problem with testosterone poisoning that causes that. Yeah, you go as fast as you can and stop as late as possible. And don't even step on the clutch if you don't have to. Let it stall out.
Right, it's always exciting to see the pedestrians scatter.
Right.
But my technique is that you go up, you see the light turn red, you know you're going to have to slow down. There are people stopped ahead of you.
Yeah.
The laws of physics tell you that you can't proceed.
Right. It's tough to have two things occupy the same place at the same time.
Right. So I've always just sort of put in the clutch, the car sort of slows down, gravity takes over, and then you can put it in neutral while you're gliding up to the stop sign.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well,
Then when you want to go, you put it in first and you go.
Yeah,
Well-
that's pretty good.
I'd say that they're both wrong, but that yours might be closer to being right than his.
Yeah, you are certainly less wrong.
You are less wrong. Yeah, I mean, here's the right way. You step on the brake only. Step on the brake because you want to stop, right? So you step on the brake until you slow down to the point where the car is going to start bucking if you go any slower. That's the point at which you step on the clutch and put it in neutral then and
Okay.
stop, right? The only reason you want to step on the clutch is get the car into or out of gear. So your technique, if I had to choose between the two, yours is fine.
Right. I would just make one suggestion that you don't step on the clutch until the very last second.
Yeah, that's all.
Until you get to the point where you really feel it's starting to buck a little bit back and forth, and it's telling you should do something like downshift. But instead of downshifting, step on the clutch, shift into neutral, and coast from 5 miles per hour down to 0 in neutral with your foot off the clutch.
Well, I'm really glad New Hartford only has one stop sign because I may have to practice this a while.
One stop sign and no lawyers.
Wow.
Pretty
And-
good.
And by the way, Peggy,
Yeah.
what you do is not riding the clutch.
Okay. So,
So
what is?
don't worry about that either.
You'll have to call back. See you later.
All right, thanks.
Thanks for your call.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
We'll be right back with more calls and the new puzzler after these messages. This message comes from NPR sponsor CarMax. Imagine buying a car the way you want, online from the comfort of home, in person on the lot, or a combination of both. CarMax lets you choose the way you buy. They'll even deliver your car right to your door in select markets, and no matter how you buy, CarMax has you covered with a 30-day money-back guarantee up to 1,500 miles. Learn more and start shopping at CarMax.com. CarMax, car buying reimagined.
Hi, we're back. You're listening to Car Talk on National Public Radio with us, Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers. And we're here to answer your questions about cars and car repair and salted roads. Why don't they put pepper on the roads?
I don't
Why is it
know.
just
Maybe
salt?
Marco Polo hasn't been there yet.
Well, look, it's time for the new puzzler.
Oh, please let it be better than please let it be better than the last one.
Well,
Please.
just to go to the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah. From the motorheads to
Right.
the motor mouths.
Yes, in fact, that may in fact be it. We received a letter a few weeks or months or years ago. I can't remember where.
which
My brother promptly lost.
Which you lost.
And it had in it a bunch of what I call multitudes, or what do they call them? Collective nouns.
Collective nouns or nouns of collection, or we got a letter from.
For example-
who's the guy from the Department of Philology? He told us what they're called.
Yeah. Anyway, we are familiar with many of these: a gaggle of geese, a host of angels,
Everyone
an
talks about an
exaltation
of larks.
of larks, a rafter of turkeys.
I thought it was a rafter of roofs.
And we would like to initiate a contest,
Yeah.
to get some of these that are related to some of the sleazier occupations that we've mentioned on the show, like
Automobile mechanics,
talk show hosts,
talk show hosts, lawyers,
judges.
people who drive salt trucks.
Yeah. And we thought that this might be a puzzle that we could milk. I mean, we could use for a few weeks, months, years, whatever. And we would invite you to, for example, we've gotten a few.
No, what are the rules now? We want clever,
Yes.
like what?
Like a shortage of jockeys,
shortage of
a
jockeys.
compact of bimbos,
I
a
like-
lot of car salesmen.
I always liked a shrug of mechanics.
Yes, a shrug of mechanics.
I thought that was good. So what do we want? Quality or quantity?
Both.
Good. And the decision of the judges will be final.
The decision of the judges will be something.
Will be stupid but final.
No, and those that win will, of course, get an opportunity. There may be many winners. We can have categories.
Like what?
Well, how about these two?
How about best, most,
and worst?
and worst? Sure. Better yet, I mean, if we get a lot of these that are really great, we could put them all into a book
Yes, a collection.
And we can say
collections
just like
of
Susan Stamberg did. She didn't write any one of those. It just says by Susan Stamberg, or she didn't write any of that stuff.
Well,
edited by. We say edited by. Click
Right.
and clack the tap.
This could be a collection of collective nouns.
Now I want to know, when you edit and you put the book together, do we get all the money? Sure, we don't have to.
Of course,
we don't have to acknowledge any of these people.
No one will have right of
I guess we
authorship.
shouldn't be talking about this yet.
No, not yet. Well, anyway, if you would like to participate in this endeavor, and it's certainly not a puzzle.
It's
but
not a puzzler.
It is
It's a sort of contest. I don't know what it
contest
is.
of a kind, but it is an endeavor. You can communicate with us by writing
By rumor.
to Puzzler Tower.
Wait a minute now. You said it was not a puzzler. You said it was an endeavor. How about it's sent to Endeavor Tower? Endeavor Tower.
Right, or ET for short. Commonwealth of Independent Car Talk Departments, and you must fit that all in one line. You can wrap it around the back of the envelope if you must, but you can't go on to a second line.
What is it again? Commonwealth of Independent Car Talk Departments. Attention, Boris Yeltsin or what?
630 Commonwealth Avenue, Boston,
Our fair city.
Massachusetts 02215, and we'll let you know how this thing progresses. This may go on. I mean, we may milk. I mean, we may. Why do I keep using it? We may use this for a few weeks because
think this
it
has
may
great
take a while to generate the kind of fervor
Yes.
that is necessary.
I think people, when they hear the kinds of answers we are getting, they will be spurred on, motivated to do better.
Well, we shall see.
And we might even give out more than one prize, because we might have categories: best, worst, most, least, whatever. I don't know. I think.
Yes, and we do have many books left over, so we'd be anxious to give away some more books.
Yeah.
1-800-332-9287. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, my name is Robert Garreau. I'm calling from Los Angeles, California.
Hi,
Hi,
Robert.
What's happening?
Well,
Are you a friend of our buddy Harry Shearer?
Yeah, I listen to Harry every morning.
What
I
a
love him.
great guy, huh?
Yeah, he's great.
Oh, I love the guy. I love him. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. In any event.
Okay, well, my question, like I was saying, is more sociological than mechanical.
We're ready.
What happened was I was driving south on the 405 freeway. I'd been on it for about 10 hours. I was coming home from vacation. And I happened to hit morning rush hour traffic. I was in this slow lane, and there was a truck behind me, and it flashed its brights, and I noticed it was tailgating, so I tapped on my brakes for it to back off.
Yeah, fat chance.
Right. So what he did was he honked, and so I tapped my brakes again, but I stayed on him a little bit longer, and I slowed down to about 10 miles an hour or so.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I used to do this.
Wait a minute. Can we go back? You're on the 405. How did you figure out which one was the slow lane?
It was
Good question. Yeah.
All right. So
Anyways, a big gap opened in front of me, and so I went forward, but he managed to get into the other lane, and when he eventually passed me, the passenger in the truck leaned out the window, and he spit on my car. A big, disgusting
thing.
So, anyways, my question...
like a real greenie, right?
Right. It took me about an hour to wash it off.
Oh, yeah.
Really, So, kind of a victory for him, and that really disappointed me because this was kind of, what people do on LA Freeway.
Well, that's pretty sad, isn't it? I mean,
Well, no, I mean, again, I hate to interrupt, but knowing that things like this go on in Southern California, the consequences could have been quite a bit worse.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have started taking shots at you or
I
something.
mean, you did take your life in your hands by the action that you took.
And I have a theory about all of this. I think that people turn to desperate acts out of frustration. And in fact, driving on the freeways in California is incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Especially if you're driving every day, which this guy obviously in the truck is doing, and this other guy is riding shotgun, hucking lungers at people.
Maybe that's how he makes his living or something. I don't know. It's like, there's another one.
I disagree completely with you and my brother, because this is not a strange kind of behavior that takes place only in California or Los
My
Angeles.
brother doesn't know this.
The truth of the matter is, if I hadn't already vented my rant and rage-ness on another topic.
Oh, for the week. In other words,
for the week.
You're raved out for the week.
I am raved out. I mean, this would easily be a case of ranting and raving. Again, you're absolutely right. Guys who drive those big trucks think that they have the right to drive 6 feet away from your bumper.
Yeah.
Now, if you're in the slow lane, where else can you go except to go faster? And who is he to tell you how fast you should be going?
No, but Robert did something else.
Robert didn't
Robert went slower. Robert.
Yes, he did.
Robert thought. I don't mean to lecture you here, Robert, but you decided you were going to teach
This
this
guy,
50-ton truck. What do you drive? Like a CRX SI or something?
You probably could have ran over me.
He could have run over you and not even known it.
It's 89 Ford Escort.
And that's true. But that doesn't make it right for that kind of driving behavior. And I'll tell you now, again, the reason why it happens. Okay, check.
Veins
Where till I get my sphygmomanometer on here?
The veins are bulging, Tommy.
Here's the reason it happens. Tailgating is illegal.
Yeah.
However, have you ever seen a police officer stop someone for tailgating? No. Never.
Well, no.
Never in the entire
If
history of
they
the automobile.
didn't allow tailgating in California, the traffic jams would go like to Idaho.
But the
You realize
truth of the matter,
compacts the traffic. You
yes,
must
but it
allow
happens.
tailgating.
It happens every place.
Oh, no.
And I have never in my life seen a policeman stop someone for tailgating. Why?
The cops in Southern California would because they're out there.
They would
And
not.
Robert knows that.
Robert, have you ever seen a policeman stop someone for tailgating?
No.
I defy anyone within the sound of my voice, and there must be 7 or 8 people listening to us, to give me an incident where a policeman has stopped someone for tailgating. It never happens. Why? Because the police don't think there's anything wrong with it. And who makes the laws? The police.
Yeah.
If there's a law against tailgating and the police decide, who cares? Then the police let
Well,
you
maybe
do it.
it's all right.
It is not all right. And that semi-driver has got no business driving 5 feet away. You were absolutely right. If he had killed you, Robert, we would have had a plaque here in Car Talk Plaza. Robert, who went down fighting at the wheels of an 18-wheel semi. I can see it now. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, after 10 hours of driving through that kind of traffic,
Yeah.
I needed anything.
Well,
Yeah, but see, now you were frustrated and you wanted to teach him a lesson.
yeah.
And can you understand? You were frustrated because you were driving 10 hours in that traffic. This guy behind you, the guy
Driving for 10 days,
he
probably.
drives every day like that.
Yeah.
10 years.
So you have to have some sensitivity and compassion and empathy.
Does not condone
And when
the
he
action.
toots that horn, you should.
Get out of the way.
You got it. Try
Hey,
to lower
good
your
luck,
blood
Robert,
pressure.
and send us your picture so we can have the
we can start.
plaque made.
We can start working on the plaque.
Start working on the sculpture.
Thanks for your
Probably
call.
won't do it again.
Good luck.
Bye bye.
All right, thanks a lot.
Well, another hour of Car Talk has come to a satisfying conclusion. Or
For the
should I say
listeners.
that we're satisfied that Car Talk has come to a conclusion?
Well, people listening are.
Indeed, our producer and director of the graduate program in hot chocolate thermodynamics is Doug Lavoisier Berman.
Lavoisier.
Lavoisier. Our assistant producer is Donald Wheelhouse Jennings. Our technical advisor is John Don't Call Me Bugsy Lawler. Our engineer is Jennifer Don't Call Me Connie Loeb. Our dean of the Department of Automusicology is Ken. You can call me anything you want, Babyface Rogers. Our public opinion pollster is Paul Murky, who heads the firm Murky Research. Our automotive medical researcher is Dr. Denton Fender. Our staff grammarian is I Am Shirley Wright, and it's a good thing she's back from sabbatical. We need her desperately. Our staff transportation coordinator is Rick Shaw. Our staff